Most people do not fail in the business because of a bad idea. They usually fail because they never had a business model. So there is a difference between a business idea and a business model. So for example, you can have any kind of a business idea, but if I ask you a right question now today, that how this business is going to make money, and if you do not have a clear answer to this, that means your business model is not yet ready and you just have an idea which you need to work on, and until you convert into a business model, the business would not be able to succeed and flourish. Hi, I am Rahil Sheikh, and at Acquisitions LLC we structure, buy and sell businesses. And one of the patterns which I have seen, that people usually come with a strong business idea, but they are completely broken on the business model side. So today, let me show you the difference and let me guide you how you can build a successful business model alongside your business idea to succeed in your entrepreneurial life and journey. So first and foremost, let's understand what is a business idea. So basically, a business idea is a concept. It can be a product or a service, or it can be a solution to a particularly perceived problem. So for example, if you plan that you want to launch a coffee shop, or you want to launch a car detailing businesses, or you want to launch a boutique, so those are not the business models yet, those are just the business ideas, and that is basically just a starting point. And let's be honest and clear, my dear friend, that the market does not reward the ideas. Market only rewards, acknowledge and appreciate the execution of that idea, and until it converts into a profitable venture. So let's dive deep and understand what is a business model or a business structure. So basically, a business model answers couple of particular questions, like who pays to the business, how do they pay, how many times do they pay, what are their lifetime value to the business. Now on the other side, we also need to understand in the business model, how much does it cost the business to acquire that customer, and at the same time, how much does it cost the business to deliver that product or a service to the customer. So you can calculate your net margin, and that will give you the room to scale your business once the time comes. And unfortunately, if you are unable to answer very clearly and categorically about all of these questions, then the business structure or a business model is not yet ready. So let's give a real-time example. For example, if you have a business idea of starting a car detailing business, great, wonderful. Now let's make a business model around that idea and understand how the business model and the business structures work. So let's evaluate one option, that if your business offer a service to a customer which is a one-time service or a one-time customer, and you offer $120, for example, per service to clean the car, and you have a high labor cost and no repeat system are engaged or appointed on the system on your business where you can re-engage the customer. So that particular business model will end up into a constant hunting of the new customers and unstable revenue. So that makes it a weak business model. Now, if we compare this, if we just tweak a little bit of the items or ingredients, and if we compare it with a strong business model, so let's understand. So if you make the same detailing business, but if you make it a subscription based detailing business, which means every month you pay me $100 and I'm gonna come and clean your car, let's say 2 times a month or 4 times a month. And let's say we don't say $100, or we say it's like $199 per month per package, right? So it's a package which you have a $200 value or $199 value, and it's a per month recurring base revenue. And at the same time, you need to have your upselling products, like you can do the ceramic coatings, you can do the PPFs, you can do the window tints, you can do the engine bay cleanings, or you can do the the accessories cleaning, the car seat cleaning or detailing. So those kind of upscales or upsells you need to have into the business. So now what happens is, you have done the route optimizations for your staff or your technicians. You have created a predictable recurring revenue for the business, and at the same time a higher lifetime value from a single customer. So now that makes it a strong business model rather than just a business idea. So you see this, it was the same business model, it was the same idea, same execution, just a different models or a different business structures around that, and absolutely two different outcomes. And that's the difference of the business model, because the idea remains same, the execution remains same, just you change the model and the business outcomes is absolutely different. So when we integrate this particular scenario or a business model structure into a business execution or a business idea of yours, so we will be in a position to evaluate why many of the businesses fail, or many of the startups particularly fail, because in the beginning when they launch, they are focused on the brand, they are focused on the colors, they are focused on the logos, they are focused on the the marketing, the websites. But few major elements which you as a new businessman or a new entrepreneur, which you fail to focus on, is the client acquisition cost, your marketing channels, your sales and revenue channels, your customers' lifetime value, your margins, your upsells, and most important is the customer repetition or retention. How you gonna repeat the same customer which you have already paid a good the customer acquisition cost, so you gotta make the lifetime value increase. So basically you are focused on the business economics, not only the business appearances, right? So the logos, websites is good, but they make your business appearances. The business economics comes with the unit economics, with the profit and net margin calculations, with your CACs, which is your client acquisition cost, or a customer acquisition cost, which is your you need to calculate your operating cost so that you can come to the net profits. So let's even simplify this more and go further deep into the unit economics. So if a customer is paying you a $500 for one product or a service, and there is a cost to acquire that customer, which is let's say $200, and the cost to deliver that product or a service is $250. So altogether, your cost of that particular product and service to be delivered to the customer is $450. So unit profit remains only $50 out of a $500 LTV, the lifetime value of the customer. So now the question which you need to ask yourself, can you scale this business? So that means if you spend a $10,000 on a marketing budget per month, you only make a $1,000 profit, and that makes it a not a scalable business. So you need to understand it very clearly and categorically, very deeply, that if you are making a $50 profit from per customer, and you want to scale it, you're going to spend a $10,000 on marketing to generate those more customers, but that will end up giving you only a $1,000 profit, which is not a scalable model. So what are the scalable models, or what are the business formats or the business structures which can definitely help you in scaling a business rapidly and aggressively? So you need to focus on a couple of things which you can integrate into your business. Number one, recurring revenues. Very important, because the customer acquisition cost you have already paid once, and you want to make sure that that customer repeats the cycle with you, and you can make a consistent, constant and predictable recurring revenue in your business. You need to have a higher margins. Once the margin goes higher and a customer starts repeating, the best impact what it will bring on your business is it will lower your client or a customer acquisition cost. So that you can have a low CAC, and then you have a higher profitability and a profit margins. Next thing which you need to focus on is a strong retention. You need to create such kind of a loyalty programs or a reward programs where you can actually retain the customer with you for a longer period of time. And by doing all this, you need to simultaneously focus and work on the scalable business models, not only the unit profits or the unit economics. You need to make sure that the unit economics is giving you enough buffer to scale the business rapidly. So for all those who want to start their first or a new business, stop asking this question that what business should I start? Instead, you should start asking that what business model or a business structure can generate a long-term, constant, consistent cash flow, because those questions change everything. And if you are evaluating a certain particular business idea and you want to make sure that that business is a scalable business model, or that business is a wise, doable business model, then you probably need to book a consultation. There is a the link below the description of this video or in the bio of this profile. Book a consultation, talk to my team, and understand the whole business economics so that you do not invest the money or waste your money directly into the impulsive business ideas, but rather you make a rational and a well calculated business decision and invest in a right business structure. Thank you so much. Talk to you soon.